Have you ever wondered why so many African museums feel empty, while Europe's museums, they feel so full? It all traces back to nights like this, nights when entire civilizations were stolen. We already spoke about the Great Benin Kingdom, but this time we'll go into a little more detail about the night when a culture was ripped away from itself. By the late 1800s, the Benin Kingdom was already 700 years old. It was wealthy, it was organized, and it was known for art so advanced that Europeans did not believe it was Africans who made it. The bronzes, the ivory carvings, the coral regalia, these were historical records in metal, visual libraries, a timeline cast in bronze. But Europe wasn't fascinated for beauty. It wanted something else. It wanted control. In 1897, Britain claimed it wanted a peaceful trade. But when their envoy insisted on entering Benin during a sacred festival, a time when outsiders were forbidden to enter, tensions arose. The tradition was outsiders were not invited. They were forbidden to enter. But because the British, they didn't care about your traditions, they didn't care about who you were. They just wanted to impose themselves. They insisted that they had to be there. And because of this, a skirmish happened. British officers died. And Britain used this as a perfect excuse to do what they already planned, a full military invasion. Now, if you Google this, you won't easily find the role they played in this, insisting to enter Benin at a secret time. But you'll find that Benin people killed British soldiers. That is how narratives are changed. That's how narratives are changed. But this is the true story. And so after then, British troops marched into Benin with guns, rockets, and thousands of soldiers. They didn't come to negotiate, definitely not. They came to raid and they came to burn down. So houses burned, sacred shrines smashed into pieces. The royal palace, the heart of the empire, was set on fire. And then came the looting. Over 3,000 bronzes, plaques, statues, masks, altars were taken. So many artifacts were stolen that Britain had to auction some of these things to countries across Europe to cover for the cost of the invasion. That was how much it cost them. And that was how Benin's soul ended up in London, in Berlin, in Paris, and Africa's soul was scattered like ashes. Negotiations are going on now with Netherlands about returning some of these artifacts. But come on, isn't that a little too late? This wasn't just about art. I want you to get this. It was about identity. It was about taking people's history so they can be told you have no past. So they can be told you had no greatest and you need us to define you. I want you to understand that it was cynical. It was intentional. These are the lies that shaped Africa's confidence for generations. And I'm not saying these things so you can develop some kind of hatred in your heart. I'm saying it so you can understand that the mentality of Africans did not come about by mistake. It was intentionally engineered so you can re-engineer yourself back to who you were. It is not to put blame on outsiders. It's not to put blame on foreigners. It's so we can take responsibility for who we are and what we can do. The British didn't just steal bronzes. They stole the mirror that Africa used to see itself. The looting of Benin wasn't an accident. It was a strategy. It was a deliberate attempt to rewrite history and break cultural memory. But you see, like I said before, those memories are returning. And so is Africa. Until next time.